say on your board about it? I'll check. What do you think?
Well, no, I mean...
You're joking. You're not going to get a contract because of fucking football. Come on.
Well, hold on. What about Celtic playing in a better league and get away from the bigoted stuff in Scotland and the nonsense in Scotland? No having to play the Mankey again when they come back. Imagine they said you can be one more season.
I know. I know where you're coming from, but no for me.
One more season you're away, and we'll give you Devo Max. How's that? We'll give you Devo Max as a sweetener. You can't get full independence, but you can still call yourself Scottish.
But Devo Max is an impossibility because you know what that means, don't you, Devo Max?
Well, see the way they're talking about independence. See what Alex Salmond's vision of independence. That seems like Devo Max to me.
No.
Oh, aye. If he wants to keep the
king
his head and keep it a pound, then that is more Devo Max than independence to me.
Yeah, independence is Devo Max, right? But in a way, but there's no way that they accept Devo Max. The reason that they won't accept Devo Max is because Devo Max means full fiscal autonomy. So therefore, why would they even Westminster even want it on the paper? Because they know if it was Devo Max, it's the same as independence. They don't get any fucking money off us if they're Devo Max. So don't let them kid you that they want us because they love us and all that shit. It's because that we give them money all the time. Our GDP out with gas and oil is the same as England's, apart from 0.5% or something like that, right? The way the gas and oil is 20% higher than them. You know that they come up with Scotland and they go on oil rigs and all that shit, and just last month they were saying, oh, remember the oil's running out, there's hardly any left and it's volatile and you can't get it. And now they're saying, oh, there's £2 trillion worth there, but Scotland, you can't dig it out because you're too wee. Anybody that falls for them must be a nut. I'm sure that
stuff that they come out with, isn't it?
Okay, it's a joke. I mean, there's no way anybody's going to believe that, apart from the hardened unionists. And I think that most of them are just fucking sectarian, to be quite honest with you. They would rather fucking rake the bins and fucking be independent. As long as they've got that Union Jack, they can fly about, you know what I mean?
Do you reckon that for a long time it's been in the favour of the no campaign, and there's still a long way to go and there's a lot undecided?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you reckon there's enough time for people to turn round and vote for it? Do you think there's a chance, because they're in a losing position, the Yes campaign now?
I've always said it'd be close, you know what I mean? I've always thought it'd be close, and even think to myself, out with speaking to somebody and trying to force the issue, the independence, I've sat and I've thought to myself, you know, the pros and the cons, but obviously if everybody thought like me, everybody would say aye, right? But I try to think that the way they think, and what I've came up with is the undecideds, right? The undecideds, they are no better with anybody, but what I find with them is they're scared. They're scared of the unknown, right?
So we're here, but hold on. See with that's then the majority, in my opinion, then not just with previous things, people like that will stay with what they've got then. So the majority of those people will stay unless you persuade them. That's
right. At this moment in time, right, there's a lot of them sort of scared. But remember, there's a long, long way to go. And as time goes on...
It's not really now, it's 6 months. It's 6
months
and hot up.
6 months of fucking stupid newspaper stories and patronising and this and that and the next thing. I mean, they've come out with loads of stuff that, oh, they said this and they said that, and this guy said this and they said that. Nobody said anything really, if you understand what I mean. But see a headline in a paper, people look at that and they don't even read the rest of it. Mm. You know, I was speaking to a mate of mine who, the last time I seen him about 3 years ago, he voted for independence, right? He says to me, he was thinking of voting no now because of his pension. I says, oh, for fuck's sake. I said, what are you talking about? I says, it's a fact that Scotland can more than pay the pensions than the UK can. He says, oh, I never knew that. I says, well, see, you're going to have to study it and look and get the facts right. I says, but don't read any newspaper in Scotland because you know there's not one newspaper in Scotland, main newspaper, that is owned by a Scotsman. They're all English. And they're all unionists. Every single paper, apart from, like, say, a local paper in Dundee or Aberdeen or something like that, you know. All the rest, the Record, the Scottish Sun, the Herald, the Scotsman, they're all owned by English people. And they're all unionists. And they're going to hit you with these stories. But a lot of these stories have been debunked already. Even some of the unionists have to admit, and they have admitted to me that, okay, some of the stories have been ludicrous. You know what I mean? They could only get more ludicrous, or they'll need to regurgitate them all the time. You know what I mean? The same stupid stories. Remember that one? You can't see Doctor Who, right? I tweeted to them, I says, the last time I watched Doctor Who was in fucking Africa. I says, well, how am I going to be able to see it in Scotland, you know? It's stupid. And then one about, maybe it's about 18 months ago now, Scottish airports will get bombed with English jets. Do you remember that one?
Aye.
You just got to laugh at that, haven't you?
But you see,
anyway, you sell it, well, unlucky.
You're saying you just got to laugh at that, right? You see,
you laugh at the stupid stories.
No, but
you know what I mean?
Listen, you shouldn't. But you should be very worried about every one of those single little stupid stories. If you see something you said a few minutes ago,
what was that?
Only take in the headlines. So see for all this here, right? See for all the shite. That's how you brainwash a populace, by giving them sound bites. They're only able, when you program them that way, to accept just short bits of information. You know, like your question and answer session you get in school, you know, your ABC, you give it to them in a short burst. Here you go, they store that away, they put that in their memory bank, and that's it. So the whole bit of the story or everything about it, they just got just a wee snippet, and that is the problem. So see all those negative stories, right? They will all sit there in the bank, feeding on the subconscious mind of the person, and at the given moment, then they can all be brought back, all those negative emotions that these bastards have stored there. So that is a problem that the Yes campaign will be fighting against, I think.
Is your video on? Are we on live now?
Of course we are, aye.
Well, it's not on my screen. It's on my screen, but there's no sound. I try to put it up. Maybe I did. It doesn't matter. No, but anyway, Tommy, it's not really working that as bad as you think, because in the last month, the Yes campaign has gained 5 points, and they lost 5 points.
In the last month?
Yeah. In the last couple of weeks, I think, actually. That Osborne thing, when he came up, mind.
Well, they've got to keep it going, mate, and they've got to keep it ramped up, and they've got to take all those ones that are sitting there, and the people who are on the Yes side have got to ramp it up, because these negative bastards, the negativity is a drag on it. I mean, one negative comment can take away 10 positive ones, you know what I mean?
You're on the radio, I just refreshed it there.
Did you hear what I was saying? One negative point can destroy 10 positive, so you need to be on your guard for everything dodgy that these bastards say, you know what I mean?
I know that, but as I say, I always thought that it would be close. If there was no scare stories and people weren't hearing those stories, we'd be certain to vote yes. But the 6 months that's left, we have to debunk these stories and make them a sort of laughing stock and say to the people, why do you think that Cameron comes up here? Why do you think that... I mean that's the second time in 90 years that they've had a cabinet in Scotland. You know?
It shows you the fucking contempt they've got for us.
Yeah, that's right. They are desperate to keep us. Real desperate, right? And it's not because they love us. Remember that? Phone somebody in Scotland and tell them you want them to stay and all that. And that's a stupid David Bowie guy, you know. You know what I mean? Fucking nutter.
When did you say that? Phone somebody in Scotland? I'll fucking start phoning English and say, look, phone Cameron, tell we want fucking rid of you cunt.
That'd be a good job.
We want the royal back. And that's fucking City of London's going to get stripped bare. We're taking a share of the fucking money back up here. And we're going to invent our own coinage. In fact, we turn around and say to them, you go and fucking invent your own coinage. We're going to call us the pound.
That thing with the pound and all, I mean,
get your own currency.
I mean, they're like that. I mean, it's been proved, even with the English economists, right? If they didn't accept us using the pound, well, they can't stop us for using the pound because we could even use it informally, right? You know that. But that means you don't have a last resort or that's rubbish. But how could businesses down in England accept losing £500 million a year in transaction costs? They're going to say, look, they're independent now, so just fucking sit down and do the best things for both countries. At the moment they're saying you can't get this, you can't get that, you can't get the next thing, but this is all scaring you, and you know it's scaring because that's the English game. It's always been like that.
They would hurt themselves more. So, I mean, if they were to start doing, oh, you're not getting this, you're not getting that, and you're not getting the pound, they would hurt themselves every bit as much as what they would try to hurt us. So, I mean, we could, would you call it? We've got. I just think they're underestimating us.
Of course they're underestimating us. I think we're fucking idiots. Also, our share of the debt, their debt, and it is their debt. We can't default on the debt because we don't have any debt to default on, and they've already accepted that they will pay the debt that they're due in the event an independent Scotland. They would lose, in that alone, £150 billion, right? They would lose £60 billion a year to their sterling base. The pound would go down. You know what I mean? So anybody with an ounce of sense knows that the best thing to do in the event of an independent Scotland is to share the currency.
Stay there.
Okay.
It's a bad line. Stay there.
Right,
stay there. Connect pots.
Hola.
Hola. Aye, what you saying now?
Aye. Well, what I'm saying, I know, and I think that you know as well, that they're trying to frighten the people who are undecided. Without a doubt.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And we still want to know, and we never heard it tonight, with that rabble that went on with Sturgeon and Lamunter, about what is Labour's plans, or the Tories' plans, for Scotland in the event of a no vote. Will we get any more powers? Will we stop the £4 billion a year Barnett formula? No. That'll all get scrubbed. the bar